second graders, I'm Miss Diorio. Some of you may know that, but I'm going to be teaching your summer school this summer. I'm very excited to get started and start seeing all of you virtually again. It's been a while and I miss you. So we're going to start today with a review of adjectives. Take a second, talk to somebody at home, or you can just talk to me on the computer. What do you remember about what adjectives are? What are adjectives? Good. Adjectives are words that describe nouns. They give us more information about the nouns we're talking about. So we could say, the wise old man read us a book. The words wise and old are describing the noun of man. They're telling us more about him. We could say, the crazy cat chased a mouse. The word crazy, the adjective crazy, is describing the word cat. So before we get into more intense adjectives of today, I'm going to play you a little video just to remind you about the importance of adjectives and why we should use them. Ready? So this is a little flowcab video. I'm going to share my screen with you about adjectives. Pay attention to the types of words they use and how they use adjectives to describe nouns.
We talking about size, like tiny, a pin, like rock, feel like happy, sad, or otherwise, age, like antique, color, like brown, adjectives are words that describe that size, like tiny, a pin, like rock, feel like happy, sad, or otherwise, age, like antique, color, like brown, adjectives are words that describe nouns. Sometimes you just need more info. You need words to keep descriptions from being simple. And they're asking the reasoning. Think of words as foods and adjectives, they would be the seasoning. One time I had a little puppy, 6-month-old collie by the name of Lucky. Every day we would run and frolic all playfully till I lost my grip on the leash. She got away from me. Made signs to put up around the neighborhood, hoping someone saw her and she wouldn't stay away for good. Without those describing words, I don't think I would have had a chance of finding. Talk about size, like tiny, a pin, like wide, feel like happy, sad, otherwise, age, like antique, color, like brown, adjectives are words that describe. Talk about size, like tiny, a pin, like wide, feel like happy, sad, otherwise, age, like antique, color, like brown, adjectives are words that describe nouns. Something you need to know before you write it down. Adjectives will more than likely come before a noun. Big bad wolf, big and bad adjectives. Throw them in the pot, no artificial additives. Hear my advice and take this. Master the basics and watch your grades rise like cake mix. Any good recipe, got those in the mixture. And those are descriptors, so now you get the picture. Last thing I'll add, which is definitely worth mentioning. Adjectives usually describe intensity. Add an ER or EST, now it's nicer. Or the nicest thing that I've ever seen. Brighter than a bright light, that would be the brightest. Grammar is free, but adjectives are priceless. Thank you for listening, and remember this. If you enjoy something, be sure you can describe it. Size like tiny, a pin like wide, feel like happy, sad, or otherwise, age like antique, color like brown, adjectives are words that describe. Size like tiny, a pin like wide, feel like happy, sad, or otherwise, age like antique, color like brown, adjectives are words that describe nouns.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to bring myself back. So in that video, you saw them use two different suffixes. Remember, suffix are words, parts that come at the end of the word. You heard ER and EST that you can add on the end of a noun to make it into an adjective. Today we're going to talk about a different suffix. So this suffix is OUS. Now, what's tricky about this is we often think of OU as either making the OW sound or the sound, right? But OUS at the end of a word is going to make the US sound, just like the word us. So OUS is going to make the US sound. So we're going to be talking about a group of adjectives today that have the US at the end of it. We're going to talk about kind of what that does to the word. So here's my first example for you. Go ahead and try and read that word. Remember, this OUS at the end makes the US sound. So this word is famous. It's tricky because this A is making the long A sound. So we have famous, famous. Now, you probably hear the word fame in the word famous, right? So the word fame, we can take it and turn it into word famous to describe somebody that's famous. So like a famous athlete, a famous musician, a famous actor. We can use the word fame, turn it into a adjective by adding OUS at the end. So that's one example. I'm going to go through a couple. I want you to sound them out, and I want you to try and figure out what the word means based on kind of what you think the root word is. So in famous, the root word was fame. So let's try this one. Go ahead and sound it out to start. Ready? So let's sound it out together. We have on, st, us. On, st, us. Monstrous. What do you think that word means based on other words that you know that you might hear in this word? Monstrous. So I hear the word monster in the word, right? So when I think of monstrous, I think of a monster, something big, something kind of scary maybe. So we can use the words we know to figure out words we don't know when we add this monstrous adjective at the end. What is a noun that you would describe as monstrous? Besides a monster. Maybe a bear or a lion. The lion was monstrous. The lion was huge. The lion was like a monster. Things like that. Okay, let's try this one. Remember, all of these words are going to have the us sound at the end. Don't get tricked with this us sound. So let's sound it out. Sorry, I moved my mouse. Ready? D-is, as, ter, us. Disastrous. Disastrous. What word do you hear in the word disastrous? Good, I hear disaster. So a disaster is something really bad that happens, right? So what do you think this adjective disastrous means? Something really bad happened. Something disastrous happened. A disaster happened. Something really bad. So what noun could we use to what noun could be paired with the word disastrous? Could say the tornado was disastrous, the hurricane was disastrous because it caused a lot of damage. It's a disaster. Good. All right, let's try this now. This adjective, I'm sorry. Go ahead and sound it out. Remember, OUS is us at the end. Us. Us. Nervous. Good. So, a lot of you guys know this word. We use the word nervous to describe when we're kind of anxious about something, when we're anticipating something. So what noun or what situation could you use the word nervous for? I am nervous for school. I am nervous for the snowstorm. Lots of different things you could be nervous for. This is a word we use quite often, but it's important to recognize that the OUS makes it an adjective and makes the us sound. Very good. All right, this one's a little tricky, so let's do our best. Try and sound this out. So in this word, the CH doesn't make the, I guess it does. It makes the sh sound, not the ch sound. So this is chivalrous. Chivalrous. This is a very big word, but this is a very good word for you to know if you want to impress your friends and family. So this word is chivalrous. Now this word means kind of doing the polite thing, doing the nice thing for somebody. So like, he was chivalrous when he opened the door for me. We're describing him. A chivalrous act is something that's very generous and something that's very kind of polite. So this is a good word for you to know. Staple this one in your brain. Chivalrous. Next one, ready? All of these words are adjectives. All of these words are used to describe nouns. Here we go. Go ahead and sound it out. Enormous. 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 What do you think that word means? You've probably heard this word before too. Enormous. Huge, right? Gigantic, large. What's a noun that we could use the adjective enormous to describe? The mountain was enormous. The enormous elephant. So many things are enormous. That's a good word to know. It's a good word to mix up your adjectives with a little bit. So if you're describing something big, instead of saying big, you could say enormous. Very good. We got a couple more. We're doing great. Here we go. Try this one. Generous. 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 You've probably heard this word too. What do you think generous is describing? What does this adjective describe? Yeah, somebody who's very giving, somebody that wants to help others. So the man was generous. The generous man gave money to charity. The generous man helped me pay for my groceries. Things like that. When you're helping others, when you're giving back to others. This is another good word, especially in relation to our positivity project. So keep this word in your brain. All right, I got another tricky one for you. But I like this word a lot. Ready? Go ahead and sound that out. This word also has one of my favorite sounds in it. This oi, oi, oi sound. So this word is boisterous. 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 Have you ever heard that word before? This is one of my favorite words. I think it's really fun. So what do you think it means? Boisterous. It's different, right? Boisterous means really noisy or sometimes really rough. So we could say the boisterous dogs played in the yard, or the boisterous kids ran around crazy on the playground making lots of noise. Boisterous means really loud, noisy, and maybe a little bit rough. So maybe a little bit out of control. Boisterous. Two more. Ready? Here we go. Be careful with this I and E. This I is going to make the I sound. Okay, so it's not hide. It's this I is hid. So it's id. This E is going to be a long E. Hideous. Hideous. Probably heard that word before too. What do you think hideous means? Usually pretty ugly and not good looking, right? Not great. So we could say, what noun could we use for hideous? What's hideous? What about a hideous witch tried to trick the children? That was what I think. I think of fairy tales for hideous. But you could think of something else. All right, last one. You're doing great. Here we go. Last OUS adjective word. So this word is jealous. Jealous. You've probably heard this one before too. Jealous. What noun could we use? What do you think jealous means? Definitely heard this before. It means wanting something that somebody else has. So the jealous boy wanted his friend's Legos, or the jealous girl wanted her friend's ice cream. It's wanting something you can't have. Okay, very good with those. Those are hard words, and those words, if you use them and start using them, it's going to make your writing and your speaking a lot better. Adjectives are wonderful ways to enhance your writing and your talking. So, for your activity for today, I made a little worksheet for you. What you're going to do is pick 3 of the words that we went over today. any three. I have the list of them here.